Chapter 36, The West Coast Assignment. A short drive and I was back at Area 51. It seemed that there were many who worked here, but I never got to interact with anyone other than my team. I wish I could have known the whole scope of the operation, but was told early on that very few had that privilege. The hum of ventilation filled the silence, a steady reminder that this was no ordinary military installation. Again, I was escorted down a series of secured corridors, past layers of clearance gates, retinal scanners, and motionless guards whose expressions never changed. When the final door slid open, I wasn't surprised to find her waiting. The dream messenger stood beside the long table, her presence somehow softening the starkness of the room. Her calm, luminous energy contrasted sharply with the fluorescent lights above. "Welcome back," she said with a small nod. "I trust your experience aboard Seraphis was illuminating." "It was more than that," I said, taking a seat across from her. "Meeting them changed everything. I didn't realize how vast the coordination really was, how many civilizations are involved in what's happening here." The dream messenger's eyes warmed. "Saren, as you know, is of the Syrian order, one of the oldest allies of Earth. Her people have watched over your world for longer than human history remembers. You are connected to that, albeit at a somewhat lesser level. What she showed you was meant to widen your understanding. Now you see this isn't just a terrestrial mission, it's a galactic one." I nodded, though part of me still felt the echo of that vastness, the corridors of light, the views of Earth from orbit, the subtle hum of the mothership alive with consciousness. The messenger continued, her tone turning more formal. "You now move on to the next phase. Project Eclipse is entering its most delicate stage. You will begin your work on the West Coast corridor." A holographic display came to life between us, the western edge of North America glowing with lines of pale blue light. Some areas pulsed steadily, while others flickered erratically, like damaged circuits. "These," she said, gesturing to the unstable points, "are the shadow corridors, pockets where distortion has weakened the planetary grid. Some were formed by trauma in the collective psyche, others by deliberate interference from the opponent. Your task is to stabilize them." She motioned to the crystalline sphere I held firmly. It pulsed faintly, its interior swirling with soft white light. "That is your instrument," she said. "It is attuned to your frequency. You'll use it to bridge the rifts, one point at a time. But you must safeguard it with everything you have. The opponent will sense when it's activated." I turned the sphere in my hands. It vibrated lightly, like a living heart. "And what happens if it's lost?" Her expression grew solemn. "It cannot be replaced, nor should it remain on this plane for too long. After a number of uses, it will dissolve. Its energy return to the field from which it came. That is the natural order. Nothing of pure light stays bound forever." She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "You are not the only one working these corridors. Others are positioned around the globe, each assigned to stabilize their region. The goal is synchronization. When the time comes, all points will hum in unison, preparing the world for what lies ahead." I looked again at the holographic map. My section ran from Northern California to the coastal edge of British Columbia, a line of volcanoes, forests, and fault lines humming beneath the crust. "It doesn't look to be easy," I said. "It isn't meant to be," she replied. "The West Coast is a conduit of creation and destruction both. Its energy is powerful, volatile, and deeply emotional. That's why you were chosen. You understand turbulence, and how to bring calm within it." I couldn't tell if she was referring to the planetary grid or to me. "I will guide you exactly on how to use it in an upcoming dream." As the meeting drew to a close, she handed me an ordinary-looking backpack. "Keep it hidden in this. There's a special pocket in the bottom corner." I put the sphere inside the pocket, and the design of the backpack made it undetectable. "Remember, keep your vibration steady. The opponent will attempt interference through doubt, fatigue, and fear. Remember your training. Anchor light through focus. Each stabilization ripples far beyond your sight. I nodded, slinging the backpack over my shoulder. When I stepped back outside, it was high noon, the desert air feeling like a sauna. A transport vehicle waited nearby, rotors spinning, ready to take me back to bright lights of Vegas. As I climbed aboard, I caught one last glimpse of the base behind me, its geometry fading into the sand, as if it were vanishing into another dimension altogether. Ahead lay the Pacific coast, the fault lines, the unseen battlefields of energy where the fate of timelines trembled. And in my backpack, the sphere gently rested, as if it already knew where we were going.